Nova Scotia Organic to the land back. Second time doing this video. I just trashed the first one because I did not have my mic on. But now my mic's on. Today's video has been brought to you via Spirit once again. Woke up at 2:30 this morning, and as much as I wanted to go back to sleep, I could not go back to sleep because this is what was impressed upon my mind to speak to you about today. And that is about the topic of gossip. Engaging the people are around you, who are around you, who like to participate in such things as gossip. That is the friend, that is the co-worker, that's the family member, whomever it is that may be still existing in your life that likes to gossip about other people's shit. Here's a message to you. Remember this, if they are gossiping about you, and not if they're gossiping about you, if they're gossiping about somebody else, they will gossip about you to somebody else. If that person does not respect your boundaries when you say, I don't participate in gossip, I don't want to talk about that person, because guess what? It's not my circus, it's not my monkey, which means it's not my problem. Doesn't mean that you're cold. It doesn't mean that, you know what? It just means that, you know what? Listen, oftentimes, those who do like to gossip are talking to you about people you don't even know. They are sharing personal details about people that you do not know. And that if you were to meet that person, all the things that they would have said to you, which is usually the negative, because that person that is talking about that other person is not telling you any of the good. They're just highlighting all the things that need to either be changed about that person. And then you're looking at that person that is gossiping and you're saying, well, maybe you need to reflect upon your own shit. Maybe you may need to deal with some of your own shit, because I see that shit in you. But that's usually the individual that doesn't want to look at their own shit. That's usually the person that's, you know what, living in a glass house. Which means they put on a facade. They refuse to do their inner healing. They don't want to do the work. So what do? They come across like they are a helper, a saver, a good friend. And, you know, I keep trying to tell them, but really, you know, there's a certain energy that they get because they haven't been dealing with their own shit and they really feel crappy. They harvest the energy of you and others by talking about somebody else, making them feel good in the moment while not having to deal with their own bullshit. That's a dangerous person. Because as I said, that same person will talk about you to other people. And the longer that you keep saying, no, I don't protect, if you cut them off and you redirect them, you start to highlight the dark side inside of them. And trust me, it'll be just a matter of time before the daggers start coming in. The negative comments coming to you about you. Because guess what? They see that you see that shadow side to them that they do not want to face. Because oftentimes these people come into our lives and they come in so we're mirroring something. Either something that is inside you that you've already healed, or something that needs to be healed. So it's going to be up to you to discern which is it. If you keep with the philosophy and actually practice it, that you don't let it, and I don't care where it is, I don't care whether it's, because, you know, gossiping can also be about gossiping about the stars and being a part of that chain. Because out here in YouTube land, you know, as the breakdowns coming on, People want to talk about Kanye and then they want to talk about Diddy. Well, that can be a form of gossip. Not my circus, not my monkey. My mom had a saying that I call was one of those ditties. And she would say when she was in the midst or the center of gossip, and trust and believe my mom was often the center of somebody's gossip. Instead of her retaliating, this is what she would say. They're flying high now, but they got a lot load of shit. I often wonder, what does that mean? Well, it did not take me long into my adult life to realize what that meant. It's just as good as saying what goes around comes around. What goes around comes around. So you keep talking about somebody else because you're just planting the seeds for yourself. You plant bad seeds. The harvest that you produce is going to be a bad one. And you're going to have to live with it. You're going to have to set into it. And if you keep creating that and you wonder why your life ain't moving and elevating into a space of which you would like it to be, that's perhaps maybe why. That's why. This is not going to be a long message. I wanted to bring it though, as I said, because Spirit made me. And I feel that there is a need because, we are about to reap a harvest. And that harvest will be very much delayed because you've gotten caught up in somebody else's bullshit. And now you have to clear up that bullshit that you have been a part of creating. Not going to be a long message today, but nonetheless, I call a powerful ditty. Gate the people who are in your life right now. I don't care who it is, family member, friend, coworker, whatever. Are you a part of the office gossip? Or are you a part of being neutral and uplifting? Because that's the choice we have every day that's presented to us. Which means every day you must check your own ego at the door. Because I be checking my ego. I do not like to chew my cabbage twice, which means I don't like to have to repeat the same thing. And if I do have to repeat it, there's a problem. That means, you know what, I wasn't real clear. So when I tell you, my boundary is this, it is not my business. It is not my circus. It is not my monkey. It means this. I'm too busy over here trying to take care of myself. I'm too busy over here checking myself. I'm too busy over here working on what it is that I need to change. I'm too busy over here acknowledging my problem, not somebody else's. Trust me, I have been the topic of conversation. Do I focus on that? Mm-mm. Too busy trying to check myself because when you're working on yourself, that's a full-time job. You don't got time for somebody else's bullshit, and especially that person that's coming to you about somebody else's bullshit that you don't even know. I don't care. Check that person. They don't mean you well. They are siphoning your energy. That's an energy vampire. Let them go be a succubus of somebody else. Because trust me, they will continue to look, especially the person that tells you about the problems that they have had with someone else. And they keep going back to those same people. My good people. I don't have much more to say on that topic. However, it would make for a good live. As I said, the time period that we are living in, we are about to reap our harvest. Do not let your best blessings be blocked by somebody else's bullshit. Keep checking your ego at the door. Don't let your ego walk into conversations and places and things before you do. Always make sure it's checked. I leave you today with peace, love, good vibration, hopefully standing 10 toes down, knowing who you are, because when you know who you are and you know you have those boundaries in place, and you may have even walked away from some of those people, some of those, because you know that they're good people, that they're just vibrating from a lower level than you. They have not checked their own bullshit, and that you have walked away for a reason. Self-preservation. Keep walking. Keep walking. Because I can trust you. I trust me. They are still resonating in the same place. On this, I'll call it a magnificent Friday. Because we are going to embrace this day. And we're going to go out making a great day. Make a great day. Deuces.